All right, here we are. Welcome to another Lightning Ventures founder Q&A interview. I am so excited, to be hanging out today with Darina and Paul. That's two of the three co-founders. Paul's brother Tom is not with us for this. But they have built a new cool product that I'm obsessed with. It's called Slice. It is adslice.com. All right. So before we get into them explaining it and all of the nice questions here, I'm going to explain it real quick in my plebeian Muzzman way. And basically what Slice has is setting out to do here is improve upon the Brave browser concept. The concept of being monetized and paid for your attention, while browsing the internet and being subject to all these sort of ads. They've improved on this. There's no garbage, nonsense, useless BAT token. So there's no scam coin. All right, this is a Bitcoin only company, just like every company that we've invested in here. And it's browser agnostic, which means you don't have to download and switch and change your habits and remember to use this other kind of clunky browser that really personally I didn't like. So their extension is available for Chrome, Microsoft Edge, Firefox, and Brave, actually. I believe I got that right. So that is just the first product of many products, right? Because Slice is Adtech, advertising technology, plus Bitcoin, equals Slice. All right. So this first product, which I'm really psyched on, I'm stacking sats every day and doing nothing different other than just sitting here working right through the browser, which is great. And they have another product, which is the Slice tab, which is every time you open a new tab, there's this valuable real estate there that they're able to capture with cool, beautiful ads from gaming companies or other Bitcoin companies who want to pay for that space when you hit new tab, right? And if not, then there's going to be two ads on the bottom of that page that also allow you to further monetize your life by doing nothing different, right? And we're going to talk about a third thing, which looks like a little calendar sort of invitation, right? That pops up in the upper right hand of your screen when it says you have a meeting with so-and-so. And sometimes, and those are ads as well. You can change the frequency of Slice to I want to see less ads to I want to see more ads. There's lightning withdrawals. You can also withdraw via PayPal. And it's really, really cool. So we're going to dig into all that. Sorry about that long form rant. I'm here with Darina and Paul. Darina, how are you today?
Fine. Thank you very much, Mike, for the nice introduction of Slice already. Yeah, my name is Darina. I am the co-founder and CEO of Slice and happy to answer all the questions today.
All right. And Paul, that's one of the two brothers. Paul, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing awesome. That was a perfect introduction to Slice. Just keeping it simple. Yeah, I'm the CMO and kind of marketing guy at Slice. I take care of all the user acquisition, make sure the monetization is perfect. I'm the marketing person and Tom is our coder.
Right. So Tom is the CTO. Paul is the CMO. Darina, what is that C-level fancy title that you have there?
It's really just about cooking and cleaning and looking to make free time for Paul and Tom to work. That's how I see it. Yeah, but surely I do the boring stuff in terms of operations and running B2B bigger accounts, which I'm privileged to have some access from my previous jobs in Europe, specifically gaming companies, which just require constant grind on keeping up the good relationships. And in general, I keep all the stakeholders within the company happy. It's either the communication or just making their life better than before.
Okay, so we're going to talk about gaming and we're going to talk about your strategy
Sure.
with marketing and all of that fancy stuff with Twitch that I don't know too much about. So we're going to get into that, but this isn't like a pitch contest, okay? But if we had to, and I don't know which one of you guys want to do this, if you had to just take 1 to 2 minutes and give a high-level overview in your own words about Slice, what would you have to say?
I would have to be the person who usually pitches the investors, which I've been doing last couple of months excessively. So the elevator pitch is basically a browser extension which monetizes your time and attention online. That's a really short elevator stacking. If we talk about 2 minutes of elevator, I would have to explain how Slice is basically fixing our biggest benchmark, and it would be Brave browser, by actually just addressing 2 pain points as we see that. And that would be the agnostic browser, as you pointed out, and the fact that we are not forcing any user in the tokenomics environment that is not free enough to spend your hard-earned whatever on currency. So it was super important for us early on to make the payouts as legit as possible for community. Everything that they can start spending immediately is legit. And so here we are 8 months later, after the launch of the company with, pretty good numbers we can later talk about if you have any questions then.
Okay, so first question, let's go geography. Okay, and Tom is gone, Paul is gone. Geography, right? Where is this available? Is this limited to certain regions of the world, or is this a worldwide kind of deal?
That's a worldwide kind of deal, for sure. But naturally, we, out of the business perspective, try to focus purely on tier 1 countries, as we call them, which is Western Europe, United States, Canada. But we have a couple of regions where we just see this viral organic growth happening within last recent couple of weeks. For instance, Brazil would be a good example. We would never go focused for this country in the first place, but it happened naturally. So yeah. But Slice is available wherever Internet and Chrome store or whatever store to download Slice is available.
Okay, so I have a question here about users being compensated differently in different parts of the world. So where would a Slice user make more versus the least, and kind of how does that shake out?
Maybe I can take it over here. Usually in advertising worlds, the countries are distributed in tiers. So you have tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 countries. Tier 1 is mostly countries such as USA, Canada, UK, Germany, Denmark, kind of European and North American countries. And then tier 2, you kind of go to the more broad spectrum. And we kind of divide by that as well, that we reward our tier 1 users the most, since it's the advertiser's choice to pay more on that country.
Why do they pay more? Because obviously users are able to spend more.
Okay, so I want to talk about the difference in the 2 products that you have so far and why there is a need for 2. So this from here is the Chrome store. Okay, the first one here, Slice, you browse, we pay. Okay, that I have running in my browser here. All right, you can see I've got $25 in here. I've got 125,000 sats. And I can look at all sorts of stuff here, right? I can see on a day-by-day basis of how many ads have been shown, etc. And why is it that there is a need for 2 different extensions? You see, I have this one here, which is also the Slice tab, so that when I open a new tab, okay, it's a Slice tab. Okay, it also gives me my balance up here in the top left. It's showing me these 2 ads. Nothing in my life has changed, right? Because this is just still a Google search in or whatever you want to do. So, you know, there's nothing else really that you can do with this slice tab other than just install it. So why is there two? And why can't you just have one kind of extension that kind of does all of that?
The main driver for this was the Chrome guidelines and rules. Basically, if you want to use a new tab, you need to choose to use a new tab. You can't enable it or disable it. If you only want to use Slice and don't want to use our new tab feature, then you have to stop using Slice completely. It's kind of Chrome settings guidelines that we have to follow. So we separated it for those users that want to use the Slice tab. And if you don't want to, you can still just use Slice.
So it's nothing what you can interact or click on in terms of the second extension, but what it does for us, it enables a feature which technically allows us to place way more advertising and other ads technology, basically, that we never were able to place through our Slice technology. So we have this huge new tab open space where we can implement widget, have another API calls, and, which was technically just not possible within the Slice. How did it come? With the feedback and ask of the users to earn more, to see more ads, and being willing to enable and give us more permission to try something else. And what we did is just a small tester group in Discord who just basically did a couple of feedbacks collections and developed this thing within one day. As you see it as a second extension, for us, it's basically a product development which needed to be circumvented with the second extension.
So every time you open a new tab,
Exactly.
you
It's
are
just working in the background, yes.
It is just working in the background. So this is my Slice dashboard here. I'm logged in to the back end of this. And as you can see, you got the transaction history. Okay. You have different payouts. Okay. So normies can withdraw with PayPal. There's a 4% tax on that. And then Bitcoin here, which is powered by Zebedee. Now, one of the questions that we got was, can you withdraw to any Bitcoin Lightning wallet, or do you have to have a Zebedee account?
We are not specifically binded to Zebedee, so we will be enabling almost all market available Lightning wallets.
They just need to support the LN URL, the Lightning URL,
exactly,
and we're good to go.
There's
Very
a fancy
cool.
word for that. I apologize not remembering this one.
Okay. And then we have the crew, right? Your referral links. All right. I've got 12 pending. I've been working hard. All right. I've been
Nice.
working hard on the referrals
Nice.
here. All right.
Very
we have a
good.
creator part of
Yes.
this, right? Which we're going to talk about in hopefully just a little bit. And then some fun settings. Okay.
Exactly.
So where do we start? How about let's tackle the ad blocker question, because I've gotten the ad blocker question from like 8 people. Okay. So the ads that are being shown in the browser, okay, can you earn sats by browsing and have an ad blocker live at the same time?
We actually suggest it gives us kind of more space to display ads for you, then can monetize even more and earn more. But generally, we try to support every possible ad blocker that there is, just so the user has it the most easiest and does not have to change any browsing behavior just for us. I mean, most ads in the World Wide Web are kind of not the best quality, so it makes sense for them to want to block them, but they can still see the high quality ads from us and get their fair penny for it.
But now, how does that work? If I'm using Ad Blocker Plus or whatever, name it, I don't know what the most popular ad blockers are. If I'm using that and it's blocking the ads, where am I being shown ads?
So that's where the secret Slice tab comes in. We basically, when you first install Slice, we ask you to whitelist our Slice domain. So our Slice domain is allowed to serve ads, but no one else pretty much. And then we use our secret tab to pre-match and load advertisements in our Slice tab. and then we transfer them into your browsing. So it's a kind of preloading of the ads, and then you get them. And that's how we can circumvent the ad blocker, because you whitelist our ads, but no one else's.
Okay. So as far as the advertising partnerships go, there's quite a few that are listed here that are already live. Do you want to just touch on the names of those and maybe some that are coming up that you're excited about?
I can probably do this the easiest way over ad formats. So I'll dive a little bit into the ad formats. We have different formats, like you mentioned before, the push notifications. Those are the kind of calendar pop-ups people are used to. We're working with a partner there to integrate them in hopefully the next weeks. And then those ads will become more often as well. And the user earnings will go up for those as well. We have the banner advertisements. That's kind of our own B2B connections, our kind of own ad server that displays those. That's where we talk to advertisers and invite them to run campaigns with us, Bitcoin campaigns, gaming campaigns. And then we have our native ads. That's where we work with third-party networks as well to just pull content from, for example, news pages, and then list that, list those as advertisements next to, for example, a YouTube video you're watching. And then you see, for example, an ad from, in idea case, New York Times about a cool article, and you check it out. And that's how mostly our native ads work. Okay,
so the ads that are being displayed, in the top right, those kind of alert type of ads, I haven't seen those in a while. When I first installed it and started messing around, I was getting those quite a bit. I haven't gotten those in a while. Is there some reason that I'm not getting those, or can everyone expect to get those? How does that work?
The goal is to have them ready for everybody in the next 2 weeks. The ones you saw were our secret testing, kind of. We've paused that for now, just until we have settled with our partner, and then we're ready to send out those notifications to everybody if they choose to enable them. We always give the user the choice if they want to get those ads, just because they're a little bit more intrusive than the normal banner ads. So it's very optional for the user. It's important for us to keep that.
Okay.
Maybe also worth pointing out that we've been kind of lucky in this space, as we've been faced early on in development with the chicken egg situation with the bigger ad partners, which we desperately need for serving the inventory to our users. And you have this problem of you don't have enough users grow and come later. And then you need to grow desperately. How do you grow without inventory? So you need to have a proper proposition for the customer. But we've been very lucky so far. And two of the biggest players in the market, like Criteo and Taboola, Holid actually as well, just saw the opportunity and said very early on, one of them, even in our alpha, as we were below 500 customers. So they saw the opportunity early on and said, one time we're having partied together on Ibiza because you guys are going to blow up for sure. So that helped a lot to have high quality ads very early on. And still you have the same chicken egg problem. You need to grow in terms of get to a higher CPM. And that's an effect that we gonna face no matter what, with higher traffic, of course, that we are bringing into the advertisers. Nonetheless, those partnerships can take a while, specifically integration, the QIC with each of the partners. So it's not just, it's a real partnership management and account implementing, which just takes some time.
Okay, so what's cool about Slice? Number one, you're splitting the ad revenue 50-50 with the user. And in some cases, when we talk about gaming here in a minute, they're receiving all of it or more of it as a part of your marketing and growth strategy. So what do we see here? I have down Logitech, NordVPN, Under Armour, VV, R2B, and Holid, I suppose. How many direct advertisers have you gotten so far? Has that been a big market, or have you just gotten started? And I know you're still a team of 3, so I don't know who exactly is doing ad sales. which might be your next big
We
hire
split.
soon.
We split this very important task. So we consider that into two spaces. First of all, the ad platforms, which is the automatization of the ads. We kind of apply the 80-20 principle here. We need 20% of direct advertisers business where you get the higher CPM, the better deals. And we need a continuous flow of inventory, which is provided by ad networks, where you don't have the immediate result you want to aim for, but what you have is a constant inventory. Super important, because then you can just, cross monetize and get the bigger accounts to pay the margin that you need. The bigger accounts is something I take care of, and Paul is handling the automatization.
Okay, let's do some numbers real quick, which I think that these are updated, and won't spend too much time on this because I want to get to some more of these questions. Okay, fantastic KPIs in just 10 months. Believe it or not, it is true, not fake news. Okay, so 90 million monthly impressions. Okay, 48% month over month growth. Okay, showing $1.12 CPM here. Now you guys can chime in on how updated this is. 30,000 installs. Okay, and I believe that there's a monthly registered user somewhere in 18,000, in the 18,000 area, and a monthly active users that I think is in the 15,000 range. So do you want to talk about how it's been so far in the first 10 months and kind of where you're at with your current volume and the way it's been trending?
Just summarize it with amazing growth, and we've been very surprised and lucky. Sometimes we have server crashing over the night, and it's like the best problem to have in a startup. We just fix it and think about updating our capacities, which is a nice thing to do. So yeah, we've been very, very lucky and been growing since April, as we went into the public beta with 500 friends and families who've been bug testing our product from dawn till dawn. And so since April, we are live and growing 48 to 60% sometimes month over month in active users. One thing I want to point out, that even you, Mike, don't have the numbers, I guess, but what we are also tracking is the amount of visited pages of users. So we actually kind of have the term in front of us. We are not able yet to serve ads on every website you are visiting online, but we aim to do so, and we know how much higher the amount of pages visited by our customers is compared to what we are actually serving as an impression. So yeah, there is quite something to do and to grow.
Okay.
Paul.
Yeah, we just talked about our amazing community. We've started our alpha, like Katharina said, with a couple hundred testers, and they've been with us since the start, is earning a couple dollars, and have been excited. We've had the most insane community feedback we could ever ask for. We have I think 10,000 user Discord server, and we just go in there, ask for feedback, get it, we implement new ideas. They give us the possibility to make an awesome product, and that's how we are. That's where we are. That's the reason where we are right now.
So exactly. I just want to show one little thing here. This is a screenshot. This isn't live, but this is an idea, just to give everyone an idea of what a branded Slice tab page would look like. So the advertiser here is this game, World of Warships. They have that custom background. They have an ad here, a button, call to action, play now. And this is an example of a dedicated tab. So that's very valuable real estate that I don't think that they're going to have a very hard time selling.
The end goal is having this tab so much more, customizable, widgets available, cryptocurrency showing off that you need. You have so much place there we can really grow on. and users keep providing amazing ideas. We even have
Modders.
devs and modders in the community who are doing a workshop basically and providing the ideas and coding it themselves. So I think there is potential to do something really cool, customizable later on.
They're creating designed versions of our slice tabs. So they have custom pictures going, or there's a video playing in the background where some have news integrated. It's going really crazy.
There's so many cool things that you can do in there. I mean, you can put the price of Bitcoin in there, and you can have all sorts of partnerships with hopefully only our companies that we've also invested in. But there would be a great little Swan Bitcoin, price of Bitcoin kind of thing, and sign up there. Also affiliate revenue for yourself. Okay. As far as other ways to monetize what you're doing.
We see that as also absolutely as one of the premium products later on, where we can achieve the highest CPM on selling the advertisement. And I just would engage any company which has a product which sells over the visuals just to try it out, because you see that for Wargaming is one of the companies who just have an intense game. We see their cool products captured very good, just selling for neuromarketing. That's as easy.
All right. So speaking of gaming, let's go ahead and chat a little bit on your strategy here. Okay. So give us a high level overview of why you're focusing on gaming. Okay. And how does this Twitch partnership kind of shake out? How does it work for Twitch creators? I know that you'll soon have a YouTube thing live there, but how does this work?
So early we were faced with the challenge of having exactly zero budget and trying to make it on our own in the market. As being a bunch of nerds ourselves and gamer the whole life, it wasn't easy for us. We know this community, we work with that community. So not only it is absolutely our target audience, but it was important for us to start promoting Slice for as less budget as possible, as early as possible. And you could only get it. So we got actually the idea because of those challenges to just create the space where you can put Slice out of the monetary equation and see what's happening. So what's happening is that creator gets 50%, the user gets 50% for watching a stream. What's also happening, then you can show it by basically simply going on Twitch and finding a Twitch creator who signed up with Slice. And then you immediately can donate your slices as a user live on stream. If someone knows Twitch space, it works similar to Bits. And through simple integration with a couple of partners, we're able to even show and chat live, hey, somebody donated 100 slices right now. And it started a kind of, viral effect. We are basically offering a proposition where everyone wins. There is no reason not to do that. If everything goes right with our scale forecast, we think that we will be 60% above average Twitch earnings through advertisement, which is an extremely high proposition, not only to say a way more Twitch content creator will be able to go and do that on full time. It even gets that far that the value proposition is going to be enormous. Once you just say, we don't care what happens on Twitch or on YouTube, we will get this user anyway, Googling or doing any other stuff online. This is where we get the revenue. But what happens on Twitch stays on Twitch, and let them have the fun. And it's being received extremely well. When you have a lot to give, they just try to, there's something wrong, guys. You really don't want anything for that. So it's nice to face these questions instead of selling something scammy.
So as of right now, somebody who's watching a streamer on Twitch earns nothing, correct?
Yes, exactly.
So
No, sorry. the user still earns something. The money is split between the user and the streamer. The
Right.
platform
I
does
mean,
not set.
without Slice, just in a
Yeah,
normal
yeah.
world without Slice, the person viewing in the audience, they make nothing.
No.
Yeah.
But you're splitting that revenue. You're giving 50% to the streamer and then 50% to the person just watching, right?
Exactly.
That's
Later
awesome.
on our content creator page, we'll have a small calculator, basically making it easy for every content creator to just put in the hours he's streaming, how many users he has live on his channel every day. And then he will see exactly how much money he will get on top of his normal earnings and how much user will get. So the value proposition is basically, you guys earn, I earn, let's do that. And it's working pretty well. We have right now 740 signed up content creator, each of them bringing roughly 6 new users. Those are all small content creators, but we started digging from below because we spent exactly $0 for doing this campaign.
All right. So retention. Okay. In my personal opinion, I think that this is one of the stickiest Bitcoin products, period. Immediately I got it on my wife's computer, and I will not ever be naked without Slice, because why not? Right. I mean, if you're obsessed with stacking sats like we all are through gift cards and purchases and getting sats back and every kind of reward that you can, why not? So for me, this is like as sticky as it gets, because once it's on here, it's never coming off. How has your retention been so far in this? And I know it was a closed, alpha or whatever with friends and family, but since you've really opened it up, how's it been?
Overall is actually, to put it easily, insane. We're working with the browser extension, and it's kind of a tool that no one uninstalls. It's a tool that everybody has in their PC, but really mind it's at the top right. It's just there and doesn't disturb you. So we have worked in the long term. We see that there is a really good retention. We have basically no uninstalls. Sure, in the first month we have a higher uninstall rate, around 20%, because people are just exploring the product. They don't know what it is yet. Maybe the earnings aren't enough for them yet, or just something doesn't work. But once we are over that first month, we have a really good retention.
I think it's an easy one to ask. Everyone should ask themselves, how often do you uninstall a browser extension compared to a mobile app yourself? And the experience is not super often, to be honest. Maybe every update is happening automatically. So there must be a truly reason that you deinstall. So you're enormously annoyed, disappointed of the product or whatever. But if the product is delivering, there are numbers out in the market that the rate is above 80% of non-deinstalls. So what we see is promising.
Okay, so the big question is, what about mobile? All right, now I don't know what you can share, what you can't share that's going on in your top secret labs and your top secret roadmap there. But this is great for desktop. What about mobile? Is there a plan for the future, or is there any way that you can address this very good question that we have here?
Yeah,
So
and you belong. Go ahead, Paul, I'm taking shots.
Mobile is definitely on the roadmap. It's an exciting app we want to make, but the issue is that it will probably have to be an app. The issue that Chrome extensions don't really work on mobile yet. The technology is just not there yet, and Chrome has decided not to implement it yet. There are ways to get around that whole extension setup on the mobile apps. And we've seen users finding ways, surprisingly, but it's not fully supported yet, but it's definitely something we want to work with, especially since it's such a huge untapped market. And to be honest, most of the browsing we do, or most people do, is on mobile, just a quick search for something.
Just want to add from my side that we are absolutely aware and have these plans in the future, but we first totally want to focus on making Slice amazing on desktop. And still, it's the most asked user feedback question: when are you coming mobile? It would be stupid not to think about this. But with 3 people and needing to prioritize. We're simply now focusing of making Slice amazing.
All right. Well, we're going to talk about 3 people in a second because
And the dog. 3 people.
3 people and the dog for sure. All right. First off, just on the competitive landscape. Okay. So here's a side-by-side comparison from your deck here. So this is Brave versus Slice, CPM $20 versus $1.50. I think that number is going to be updated very soon, if not already. And then a profit share model, okay, which is 30/70, okay, versus 50/50. And of course, a nonsense scam coin versus Bitcoin. So as far as other competitors, okay, that are live and out there right now, what, if any, is there kind of tools in the monetizing your eyeballs space that an individual, I mean, there's blockers, right? I mean, there's, besides ad blockers, which is not a competitor. If anything, they're partners for you and would be a great thing to explore further. Who are other competitors that you can list? Can you list any others?
You want me, Paul?
Sure.
So benchmarking against Brave, we can talk about this a bit later. Looking at the landscape in general, we have 2 categories there. First of all, passive monetization extensions, which are doing the job through a different business model as we are. A different business model could be collecting of data, selling the data, letting you do more proactive tasks for earning money, like survey or whatnot. So that there are several possibilities out there. We considered all of them. We found a lot of reasons to not doing that. Simply, there yet to a player to come who proves us that the data collection is better than an algorithm of Facebook. I can't build it. I don't know who can. So it's yet to prove itself, the proposition. Seeing or advertisement models seemed to us to making the most sense because it's a proven business model, thanks to Brave, proven at scale. And we are quite thankful for that. So yeah, we decided to go with that. Just considering the advertisement space there is 2 or 3 another browser extensions that you could directly compare with us. And though we are very different, it's either the form of serving the ads or the payout policy. Both are super important things for us to separate ourselves there. First one, we could patent our technology, so there is no way you can directly compare us to anyone else. Secondly, the payout was the one most important thing to legitimate ourselves very early on. So there will be no strategy of gift cards being somehow magically not available, or any other issues that could cause the negative reviews appearing somewhere. And that's the most important thing to us. I don't want to bash anyone. I just recommend to go and see the customer reviews that speak for themselves. They are neither fake nor bought. It's organic, and we are very proud of that. So, yeah, that's the high pitch. So say, Paul, add something else.
No, I think summed it up perfectly. The most important for us was always the kind of speed. I mean, you have all these awesome projects like Brave, like survey companies. You do your job, you do your task, and you get your money. But that money is you can never pay it out. It's always there's a $15 payment threshold, or they're suddenly out of Amazon gift cards, and you can only have a discount for some makeup brand. So it's always for us important, and that's probably how we went to the Lightning Network, to have payments that we can say send at a small scale and with almost no fees or barely or none fees. And that's where Lightning is the perfect addition to the project, because this allows us to send you a transaction for just the one ad you saw, just the micro cent, but you still have it. It's your money. You should have it whenever you want.
Okay, so we're going to wrap up here shortly. I probably should have addressed this further. Couple of patents that were filed before you guys had reincorporated as a Delaware C Corp, and you have an options pool, and now everyone's set up for success, right? You've already gotten one wire from Lightning Ventures, and there's going to be another one coming in soon. The patents that were filed, pending, no idea. I don't put a lot of stock into patents, but do you guys want to just cover what that is, or anything that you can share on that?
From the technical side, I can jump in. Basically, it's our way to circumvent or to work with ad blockers together. The technology of loading advertisements in the background and then inserting them into the user's browsing activity wherever he is and without being blocked by ad blockers.
Well, how defensible are these patents? I mean, do you feel confident that they're going to be issued? Do you think that there's going to be a significant upside in the future on the IP with those patents? I mean, how do you feel about the whole thing?
We did quite a due diligence on researching those. There was nothing close to that, but we saw quite a couple of patents there in the space. So the need is obviously there. If we're gonna pay over and over a huge amount of money to keep them, if we don't need them in the future, that's probably not gonna happen. But right now they have an immediate product effect. The product is easy to copy. It's a browser extension, doesn't need an Einstein in the team. So as it didn't cost us all our money that we saved over the time, we just did the research and did the initial application. Another administrative thing I would like to mention is just the American authorities seem to have very slow process timing of that. So we haven't heard back if the application has been granted and what's the status we need to do, to reach out to them. But we did everything on our side. We didn't require me to sell my own house or anything. Let's see. Better have the need, as my father says.
Okay. So we're almost done here. We're just going to get one more question, which is your goal is to get users $5 a month in these tier 1 countries. Is that correct?
Goal is to solve the problem it all started with, as my son asked me for another Twitch sub, which cost $4.99. And I was thinking about the way to enable him his first pocket money without forcing him to go and surf the newspaper. This is what it comes, and we think between $5 and $10 is the golden mid somewhere. And right now we have people who are happy for 50 cents. So it's always a personal perception issue. What you think is worth your time. A guy in Greece appreciates $1. In Sats, you appreciate a whole different amount. And so there is this magic of visualization in Sats. This is why we want this.
All right. And let's finally wrap up with the team. Okay.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I love how you put your ages there. Okay. I would have never guessed.
We were recommended totally after seeing the pictures of the team. We got a lot of advices on this deck, trust me.
Okay. Darina, Paul and Tom,
Yes.
brothers. Okay. It looks like you have a couple people here. Are these part-time kind of
Yes.
contract, or what is this?
So Lisa and Veronica
Well, this is the
were
dog. So
hands down, the dog owns the company. I mean, no need to hide this. Lisa and Veronica are on a free will base, and we hope to have at some point the funds to reimburse the lots of hours they spent on Slice. Lisa is an amazing designer. Veronica is an amazing community manager, helping us with communication, and Wrigley just runs the show. We are full-time and we intend to stay full-time.
Okay, so Wrigley is the boss. Got it.
The next hire of full-time.
I love how Wrigley's American, right? But you all are German. All right, you're German and living in Spain, I believe.
Spain has better internet. You would laugh, but it is like it is.
Okay, let's touch on these two advisors and then we'll be done.
Yeah.
Do you
So
want to
Mike
say something
Powers
about each
is
of them?
is a guy who's relatively known in on the West Coast. He's advising us with everything startup related. Any advice on the higher level is very welcome from him and his time. He's running himself a bigger company, has immense access to investors in Silicon Valley. So I appreciate him very much. Kim is our esports and gaming advisor, who is just a friend of us for many, many years. We did many amazing projects together, and he's always helping us to develop the gamification, the voice, this cheekiness we want to keep is coming from him. He helped us a lot with vision and stuff like that. So yeah, that's about it.
Okay, cool. So on that note, we're going to wrap it up here. All right. I'm super excited about Slice. I'm going to be shilling my own referral code because I want every $1 sign up referral I can get. This is so sticky. This is going to blow up big. I mean, everyone is going to be all in with this. It is just such
Thank
a
you
cool
so
idea.
much.
There's so many other things you can do, right? When you're going to find more opportunities to share revenue with people who are being subjected to ads, and it's fair. It's an awesome initiative. We're pumped to be investing. And if you want to learn more or invest in some of these companies yourself, you can always reach out. ltng.ventures if you want to learn more about any of that fun stuff. Okay, adslice.com will get you addicted to this. And super excited to be participating, and thanks for hanging with me here today.
Dito, Mike, thank you very much for having
Awesome to
us.
be here. Thank you.
See you.